Hi, Sheila. So this is your general reading, order 3085. I just did the pay it forward, just as a heads up. So the video I think I just posted on TikTok too. This is your general reading. I already was drawn to a deck. This will be at least 3 decks. I can already tell you that. And we will go from there. So I have my computer here. That's where I'm getting your energy from. Please let me know how this resonates with you. And also, this is yours. It's whatever you wish to do with it. I would recommend to watch it by yourself first. And then if you want to share it with somebody, then you're more than welcome to. You can rewatch it as many times as you wish. You can come back to it. It's yours, whatever you want to do with it. Okay? How my readings tend to work for me, I think you kind of know the rundown, but it is energy as of right now in this moment. And energy is always changing and flowing. So as far as like, as soon as you start making decisions, then this may change. Okay? And the other thing too is, the future is not set in stone, because again, it's how you take the information, and it's your life, it's however you wish to live it. It's totally up to you and at your discretion on what you want to do with the information that I'm going to give you. Okay? Having said that, as my cards come out, it's kind of like past, present, and future. But again, the futuristic cards, they are not set in stone. It's totally up to you and at your discretion. This deck has a lot to say. So with that in mind, let's get started. All right. So the first thing that came out to me, usually the first card in every reading I do, represents a lot about the individual and their mindset at that moment in time. For you, that's Oliver. It is healing an inner child. So I feel like you're either going to be working on shadow work, or you have been thinking about shadow work, or you are still kind of healing from your past, and childhood kind of stuff kind of comes up here and there. That's what that's kind of saying to me, as far as maybe even reflecting back on things, reminiscing a little bit about the past. Those sorts of ideas are coming to me with that card. Now, Facade came out next in Beliefs. So this came out pretty quickly after the healing an inner child. So I feel like how you were raised influences all of us. Okay, so how we were raised and brought up, it influences how we are today. But we are our own individual. So I feel like how you were raised versus how you are now, they don't correlate very well. And that's where this Facade and Beliefs comes in, is you have kind of changed your mindset as an adult versus when you were younger. And you might be feeling, maybe subconsciously, a little bit like you deceived someone or deceived something in the past, because it kind of came out later on. So you are your own individual. You are stronger than you know, and you know what you are capable of. And you have kind of found your path, I feel like, because Fate and Detours came out next, okay, and Divine Intervention. So when you kind of came about your path right now, just give me a sec. I need to feed or something to Oliver. One sec. Okay, so as I was saying, the Fate and Detours, like when you found your path, it was like, where has this been all my life? Like, it almost felt like you were struck by lightning, but you didn't get struck by lightning, obviously. That you felt like you were home. You felt like this was you and your calling. When you look back on some things, though, it's almost like you're cracked a little bit, or you weren't whole when you were, because you didn't find your calling until a little bit later. So that's where the reflection and projections come in, and the little bit of a cracked mirror. So Deception came out next. So that's where the deception kind of comes in. So again, it's your life as however you wish to live it, but I feel like you still kind of are on the fence a little bit, even subconsciously, about where you are now versus where you were previously. Does that make sense? And self-love came out in reverse. Are you looking after yourself? Because to me, when this card is in reverse, it's like you're not looking after yourself. You're looking after everybody else around you, but you're not looking after your true self and your, like, what you need, your wants, your time out, your relaxation. Are you taking some me time? That's what's sticking out to me for this. And are you having clear intentions with some of your stuff? Because I think you kind of have a little bit of a fog going on with some of your stuff going on in your life. Hopefully this is making sense. Now, the next card was Renewal and Spark, and it came out sideways. When my cards come out sideways, it's like it's past, present, and future. And when they're like this, it's like it's an upright. So this is like a renewal and a spark. So every once in a while, you get that spark back, and then you kick it up again. But then it dwindles, and then you kick it up again. So I think this is relating to you and your practice. So you get that drive again, and then you go full tilt, and then it peters out because you have went so hard at it, and then it peters out. So you gotta pace yourself, and you gotta kind of keep the momentum, but at the same time, don't go full tilt. You gotta allow yourself to breathe a little bit, okay? Earth came out, and then it came out with reunion. So I believe that it could mean like somebody that's coming back into your life, because this is towards the end of this, okay? So we're kind of getting like a little bit futuristic here. So reunion and soul ties. This is somebody that you knew already before, and they could be an earth sign or earth in their chart. You could have maybe earth in your chart, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But to me, this represents, like, since it came out together, the first thing that I thought of was grounding. Whoever this card is representing for this soul tie, to me, it represents that it's like a soulmate of some sort. So your souls recognize each other, and it could be carrying on through multiple lifetimes if you believe in that sort of thing. And it's like a union of you two. And to me, it's like a renewal, and this person kind of grounds you, brings you back down to earth, okay? Now, the ace kind of sticks out to me too, which in tarot, as you may know, is about like new beginnings, newfound hope, those sorts of things with the ace cards in tarot, depending on which one it is, but overall the ace ones are like new beginnings and those sorts of things. So I think that with this person, when they do come along, you do know them already, but they're just coming back into your life. Apology came out sideways. And forgiveness. So it's like it's in reverse, and it's like past, present, and future. I think you're very hard on yourself because of this card. Because I think that the apology and the forgiveness is for you. You need to forgive yourself for what has happened in the past. The past is in the past. It's not about forgetting the past, but it's about acknowledging it and moving forward. So I feel like you carry a burden of some sort, because my shoulders feel really heavy. So you need to, again, not be so hard on yourself. And I think that comes from you in your characteristics and who you are as a person, because the self-love again is in reverse. So you're, again, very, very hard on yourself. So stop being so hard on yourself, okay? And as you said to me in the note, just a reminder, you are amazing. I love your videos, and they are informative and fun, and you have an amazing heart. Same with you. You have an amazing heart. And never let anyone dull your shine. Same for you, okay? So I feel like you kind of bring yourself down a little bit, so bring yourself back up. It's all about cycles. The bottom of the deck is cycles and completion and change. So it's all about those cycles and learning those things from those cycles so that the cycle doesn't repeat itself, okay? Let me grab another deck, one sec. As I was shuffling this card, what came to mind was like you felt stuck and you didn't feel like, you felt lost. And once you found your way, it was your way. Like you knew that this was for you. Does that sound familiar? Okay. Oh. 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 So the first card that came out in this one was Purge. So I think that, again, this is kind of relating back to like first card, second deck. So it's like, again, past, present, and future. So I feel like it's, again, you're purging some things from your life to bring in the new so that you can manifest what you're looking for. Okay? So that's how I'm viewing that card, is you had to kind of not get rid of, but kind of move on from certain things from your life. Grief came out sideways, and it's like it's in right again. So again, this is kind of bringing back, it's kind of reiterating the first deck for me, because the grief to me in this case is, it could mean that you're actually grieving for somebody, but I feel like this is more like looking back on the past and kind of like reminiscing about the past and feeling very hurt by it. Not hurt by it, that's not the right wording, but feeling affected by it, and you're still grieving over what happened in the past, if that makes sense. So as I was saying, like once you found your way, it kind of instantly connected with you, okay? Because you're very devoted to what you do now, okay? But you still kind of hold on to that little bit of grief, and you need to forgive yourself for what has happened in the past, okay? That's where that's coming from. Victim came out. So to me, this isn't about the victim. It's more about like being tied up, okay? So this really stuck out to me. So you felt kind of your hands were tied until you could get out on your own, and then you broke free from it. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Because I felt like you were very constricted on what you could do previously. So once you broke free of that, it was like, you felt so much better, and you could be your own individual. Forgiveness came out again, okay? So you need to be forgiving of yourself. Now, this is the interesting part, because we have divine feminine, and then third party came out right after, and then we have divine masculine that came out. So to me, since these are and they kind of came out back to back. So your balance might be a little bit out of whack, because the divine, everybody has divine, like feminine energy, everybody has masculine energy, as you may know. So I feel like you're kind of struggling a little bit with your balancing of your energies. That's how I'm reading this. And the third party, it's not always an individual. It can be something else. So it can be money, it can be work, it can be somebody, but I feel like something that is viewed as a third party is throwing your balance off. And I think for you, it's about work. I think work might be throwing you off. So you kind of, again, have to kind of readjust and kind of see where that fits in with you. But you got to regain that balance back, okay? Guide came out sideways, okay? All right. Reverse. So your guides are sending you messages, okay? So notice the lantern in the darker forest, okay? So they're trying to send you messages, but you might not be receiving them correctly. So you might be interpreting them incorrect, okay? For lack of a better word. So some things I think that you think are signs are not actual signs, and some things that are signs, you're not seeing them. Okay, that's how I see this card. So try and talk to your guides and get confirmation with them about certain signs, because I think this has been going on for quite a while because of it coming out sideways. So again, past, present, and future. And they're trying to help you, but you're taking it the wrong way. So try and confirm with them or deny with them what each sign is and write them down. So as I kind of mentioned sometimes on my TikToks, is ask them, if X, Y, or Z is a sign for me, can I please see blank 3 times in 2 days or something? So give them a timeline, give them something that's not too hard and not too easy to do within that time frame. If it comes true, it is a sign for you. If it doesn't, it is not a sign for you. Okay? So hopefully that kind of helps, because you kind of have to differentiate different things. The bottom of the card is deception. So I think you might be deceiving yourself a little bit or somebody might be trying to deceive you coming up shortly. Because not only is there a hand here, this is the first time I've seen this, there's a hand here too. This really stuck out to me. So somebody that could be in your shadow, you could be feeling like there's some deception going on. This could be relating to your shadow work, okay? So if you are doing shadow work or looking at doing shadow work, make sure that you are prepared to go through that journey again if you were to do shadow work, because it is bringing up things from the past that you are going to be healing from that can trigger you a little bit, I feel, okay? So shadow work is not for the faint of heart. Let's put it there right now, depending again on what your past is and what you need to heal from. So I just wanted to mention that to you as well. So just be cautious of that. I'm going to grab one more deck. One sec. All right. So I went to my one tarot deck, and the Two of Cups came out first, and then the Lovers came out just after that. So to me, the Two of Cups is about like romantic partners, soulmates, friendships. It's about connected hearts, passion, kindred spirits of some kind, joyful connection, cooperation, union. It can be marriage as well. But the Lovers that came out just after this is about like dualities, harmony. It can be about romantic, it can be about lover, those sorts of things. It's about relationships and friendships, unity, choosing to allow yourself to fall in love. It's also about healthy boundaries with soulmates. Okay? So your heart is open to deeply meaningful relationships, and you expand into unions with loving trust. This is kind of you in a nutshell with individuals. Now we have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is about the universe is gifting you your desires. You're choosing joy. You're manifesting your dreams and gratitude and abundance. Because the Knight of Wands came out. The Knight of Wands is about charisma, passion. It's about power of manifestation, creativity, resourcefulness. You can manifest the life that you desire through energy and action. And you know you can because you're the magician. The magician is about natural skills and talents. It's also about powers of manifestation, creativity, very resourceful, trusting, manifesting the life you desire through energy and action. Does this sound familiar? Because we got the wheel. So the wheel is about changes, fate, destiny, having like that lucky break and cycling through karmic lessons and chaos of creation. So it's like a turning point. It's also about like allowing the transformative energies of fate to help you expand your experiences. So things are coming full circle. And notice the dice around her neck. So the dice are really sticking out to me. So rolling and taking a chance, okay? Gambling a little bit, as you will. Now, the bottom of the deck is the Sun. Ooh, Chariot after that. So the Sun is joy. It's about success, abundance. It's about fulfillment. It's about creativity, manifesting dreams. All this stuff is saying manifesting. You're manifesting all this into your life. This is great, but again, the Sun can burn you. So just be careful with what you're trying to manifest into your life, okay? Keep it joy. Keep it inspirational. Keep it like your fulfillment, okay? And you're more than enough, and you shine like the sun when you're happy and successful, because you are very abundant in your life, and don't take that for granted. And I don't think you do, but again, appreciate what's already around you. Now, the Chariot on the bottom after the Sun is again about victory, speed, action, those sorts of things, determination. You're very determined, and you tend to harness the success, and you're uniting opposing energies. So you are going to be balancing yourself out based upon this card, okay? So it's also about like confidence and willpower, having that control back, choosing who you are becoming, and you run towards it with conviction and consistent motion. So you know where you're headed. You know that this is the pathway for you. And this is just confirming that this is where you're going and where you're heading. You just got to, again, forgive yourself from some of the stuff from your past that you're harboring onto that you may not even know about because it's subconsciously. So working through that, not forgetting the past again, but forgiving yourself for moving forward so that you can bring all these manifestations to fruition. So let me know how this resonates with you. Thank you for allowing me to read your energy and trusting me. So let me know. Thank you.